kick this off in about 4 minutes. Make yourselves comfortable. Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and I am here to help you deliver your value to the world. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight, Wednesday night, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, where we do our subscriber hangout. This live stream is all about you guys, any questions that you want answered, any topics that you want to talk about. We'll even get to some channel reviews later on in the live stream. It's always good to see everybody get here nice and early. In fact, I saw quite a few people hanging out in there before the live stream started, so thank you for that. I truly appreciate it. We're going to jump into the chat here in just a moment, but for those of you who may be new to the live stream, as I mentioned, this is something that we do every single week. It's an opportunity to talk about YouTube, maybe get some questions answered about your channel or YouTube in general. And you can find us here 9 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday, and it's a good time. We try to cover the recent topics and news related to YouTube and any questions that might come up. And as I mentioned, we're going to do the channel reviews as well. So let's jump into the chat. And want to thank Chris Conkle Vlogs, who, for the super chat, I appreciate it. He says, just want to thank you for getting me going here on YouTube and giving me the inspiration to keep going on. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. For those of you who also noticed in the upper left-hand corner, we have our stream boss, which he just took over. The Stream Boss is basically kind of a fun way to incorporate Super Chat with the live streams. And the way it works is for every $1 of Super Chat that gets donated, it does 10 points of damage to that 100-point health bar that the current Stream Boss owns. And as you can see, when you deal the finishing shot or damage, it replaces the Stream Boss with your channel and your icon, just a way to promote yourself during the live stream even more. So thank you so much, Chris, for getting that kicked off. I absolutely appreciate it. One of the other things that we did last live stream, which I think went rather well, is anybody who ends up owning the Stream Boss position is going to get a shout out on the community tab of Creator Fundamentals. So we will mention your channel and put a link to your channel on the Creator Fundamentals community tab. So going to jump in the chat here, and actually I'm going to move the chat over a little bit so I'm not staring off into the side view here. See who we got out there. We have Jewel777. Good to see you. Stumped. Glad to see you back in the live stream. I can already tell this is not letting me scroll all the way up because I remember. There we go. Is that better? We shall see. Foul Fish out there. Rosalie Muir, hello to you too. Good to see you. Jafito Movie Blog. Good to see you, my friend. We have Lunakai TV. Ben Shippen. Is it Attack B? It looks like. Goddess of Light. Good to see you as well. Frankie J. That's a long. Let's see. Mocha Laka Pina. Moki Laka Pina. Probably butchered that, but good to see you as well. 9 Deep TV, Chicken Strips, Cat's Corner, Car Galaxy Studios. Good to see everybody out there as well. Kevin Boston 7, The Barnyard Chicken. How are you today? I'm doing just well. I hope you're doing well also. We have Instant Rye Play, Ready, Set, Bo. Good to see some familiar faces as well as some brand new ones. So if this is your first time, welcome. Good to see you. And thank you so much for everybody that comes back every live stream as well. DJ Scrap and Rooster out there. Woot woot. It's good to see you being able to make the live streams and not just say hi and run. So that's cool. Shannon Vlogs out there as well. Good to see you. We have, let's see here, House of Strauss. And Unboxing Without a Box, Betsy Kyle. Science Gal Aquatics, great to see you. Dignity's out there also. Awesome Mark. The Predictor. We'll get to channel reviews in a little bit later here. Viva Los Vlogus. Let's Play RC. Brian Dubose. Warning, Good People. And Beanie Jaws out there. Good to see you, Beanie. So, what is the news going on in YouTube this week? I know I saw somebody mention it earlier. I think it was Harley who was talking about the YouTube premieres. That's certainly an interesting topic that we'll probably touch on tonight. Interested to see what you guys have to say about it. I haven't got all the way through the video. They did the premiere on the Creator Insider channel earlier, and I didn't get a chance to see the whole video. I know basically what the idea is behind premieres, but I didn't see if they identified a minimum subscriber threshold or some other minimum to get the premiere. So if you guys happen to have seen that yet, let me know in the chat what they set that at, if they did. And of course, we know everything's always a rollout, but we will figure out what that looks like. You know, maybe by the end of the stream. If not, definitely follow up on that and get some more info. We have Unboxing Without a Box. Hey, Dan, thanks for all the advice and great info. Thank you so much, Unboxing, for that super chat. I appreciate it. And I do believe that, yep, Unboxing Without a Box has taken over the Stream Boss. All right, here we have, make sure I didn't miss anybody from earlier. Omid Films. There's Harley, Philippine Island Adventures, Daddy Daughter Gamer. Not sure how that works if you're not monetized, says Harley, with super chats. Well, interesting to see. Did they actually identify? I'm curious what that minimum threshold is to be able to use the able to use the premieres. So Chris Coggle says only $10. I should have done it twice. Well, you actually, when you did your super chat, Chris, I think it was still Gma Lolly who was holding on to the stream boss from last week's stream. So I think it was the health points were down to like 20. So you could have done $2 and taken over the stream boss. So Tom DeSico, how you doing, my friend? When is a good time to start Patreon? Well, I think my personal belief on all of those things is that you get them set up as soon as you can or when it's convenient for you, and then you kind of work your way into how to use them or incorporate them. With Patreon, you know, it's either you built an audience who wants to support you and the work that you're doing for free, or you have the opportunity to actually create some additional value and provide that on Patreon and use that as a way to raise you know, funds to help support your channel. But I don't think it's ever too early to start Patreon. I would say this though, if you're trying to grow on YouTube, I think it's important that the majority of your effort be focused on YouTube and not trying to learn how 20 different websites work and all the different stuff. You know, get your basic account set up and then focus on making content, improving over time, growing your channel. That'll build your audience, and then it'll be make much more sense to have Patreon set up where you can actually, like I said, either add some additional value through Patreon or give your subscriber base the opportunity to support the free content that you're making. Oh, let's see. We have Doug Houston says premieres should be everyone, those that have live streaming, based on what the dude on Creator Insider said. So that's good to know. I'm curious to see if they're going to roll that out in actual, you know, layers or levels, or how they're actually going to start giving people access to that. I know the last thing that they advertised, which was the merch shelf, which is supposed to be available to channels over 10,000 subscribers. I still have not received it or access to it yet, so we will see how that goes. You know, I meant to check and see if that's something that you have to turn on or whether it just shows up. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to show up on the sidebar, but I don't see it. So I think, yep, I'm still in, because that's supposed to show up in the new YouTube studio. Still don't have that as an option yet. So patiently waiting for that one, which, you know, obviously makes me wonder exactly how long it's going to take them to get this, the premieres out. So, all right, here. All right, so we covered premiere should be for everyone, coming soon. Let's see here. I missed. Car Galaxy, so I missed Premiere feature. What is it and why should we use it? Basically, the Premiere feature is kind of, it basically allows you to schedule the release of a video in the same way that you would schedule a live stream. And what it does is, leading up to the release of your video, you create that premiere event, which people are able to set an update for and come in. But it basically gives you kind of an opportunity to draw your audience together. It has live chat on it, like a live stream. People can do super chat and that kind of stuff. But it's kind of a way to bring your audience together when you're releasing new content. I'll actually show you guys here, just to give you, if you haven't seen this video yet. Where did I hide that? Let's see here. So there's a channel out there called, we will pull it up, to premieres, that one, stop, and bear with me 2 seconds and I'll show you this video. And we will do that, properties, and grab that one. Okay. And then we will get this all nice and visible for you guys, and then we'll take a look at it together here. I think that'll work. All right, so this is actually a video that's on. Make sure we got desktop audio working. Make sure you guys can hear it. And we're going to do this guy right there. Do a quick test. All right, perfect. All right, so here, let's check out this video. This video is on a channel called YouTube Spotlight. So check this out, guys. So obviously we can see it's kind of an opportunity, like I mentioned, to draw your audience together when you're releasing a new piece of content, kind of get them hyped up for it and ready to watch it. So as soon as it gets released, you know, obviously it's a great way to get that view velocity going, bring everybody together, get them all watching the video as soon as it goes public. And it's easy to see that there can be a lot of benefit in doing that, knowing what we know about view velocity and setting up a video to succeed. You know, and there's other, if you've ever heard, you know, some of the pro tips and stuff when bigger YouTubers want to release a, you know, kind of a major piece of content or something that they, you know, they spend a lot of time on, what they'll do is they'll do a live stream, get everybody together, make the video go public, and then end the live stream and send everybody over to it. So this way, they're putting people, or giving people the opportunity to kind of do the same thing without actually having to go live in that regard and do that. All right, here, let's see what we got going on out there. Kevin, Boston 7, yo, Dan, what would be some good things for me to do to get YouTube to look at me and go, let's promote Kevin? What are they looking for? So obviously, they're looking for you to create content that the audience is interested in, that the audience keeps coming back for, and is creating, you know, obviously some interest. So the greater, or the, obviously when you're growing your channel, the more YouTube is aware of the type of audience that you're bringing in and which videos and content are interests them the most. I'm really tired today. Is going to allow them to understand what type of content that you have to promote. It's not as simple as simply going, hey, YouTube, promote me, and they go out and they promote all your videos. It'll usually happen on a specific video. You need to understand what type of content your particular audience is interested in, and then try to make content that matches those interests. And if you do it right, if you continue to improve, you may get that video that everybody jumps on as soon as you release it. YouTube sees that and says, hey, this video is performing above normal or above average for the rest of the content for this particular audience. Let's extend the reach of this video and see how people respond. And if people continue to respond in a positive way, that's what gets those videos to start to get out into suggested, cannot talk today, and you know, increases the reach and makes people aware of your channel, and that's how you grow. All right, let's see. Beanie Draw says it might be a little too overhyped for me, but we shall see. I know for the big channels this is going to be huge for just the reason that I mentioned, because think about the speed at which they normally get people to watch their videos based on notifications. But if you took, you take thousands of people and you gather them all on a premiere event and then you release your video to the public, they're not waiting for a notification to show up in email and going. They're jumping on that thing as soon as it goes public, and you're going to create a ton of velocity in that regard. So I think it's definitely going to be huge in that regard. And it'll be interested to see just how much we can, use it to help us and create some growth for us as well. All right, here, let's see. Try to catch up on the conversation here. Got craft beer pours out there. Cheers to you as well. Frankie J, Super Chat is 1K of subs, sort of. Super Chat is actually YouTube Partner Program, which is now 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. So you can't just get the 1,000 subs anymore and get qualified for Super Chat, because you do have to be a member of the YouTube Partner Program to get that done. So that is something to keep in mind. And hey, something that's new since we had our last live stream is that the YouTube Certified program, they actually opened it up and allow, basically, I mean, there are still requirements, but have allowed a much broader range of people to be able to apply for it. So since our last live stream, I am now YouTube certified in channel growth and also content ownership, which is kind of like copyright and that kind of stuff. So that was some training. There were a couple tests. There were 2-hour tests, and I took both of those since the last live stream. So I can now say that I'm YouTube certified. Let me see if I can find something for you. Let's see. And fix the old zoom here. So yeah, there's a number of different areas that you can get certified for YouTube. Let's see. And we'll take a look here. So this is basically what your profile ends up looking like when you get certified. It identifies your certifications, YouTube content ownership, and also YouTube channel growth. And as we can see by the dates, it gives you a 2-year certification in those areas when you pass the test. So that is pretty cool. And you can, if you're interested in it, you can basically do a search for YouTube certified and find out some more information and eligibility and those kind of things. So. Daddy Daughter Gamer, are those the same tests that have been around for a while, or are these new? They're the same categories. I don't know if they've changed the test. Obviously, I didn't have access to the test prior to being able to take them, so I don't know if they made changes to the test. I do know that they have opened up access to be able to take the test to a much wider audience than it was before. Scotty's Animals, hi Dan, your videos have helped me a lot. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us on the live stream. Congrats, Dan says, let's play RC. Thank you. I appreciate it. Beanie Jaw says I should get certified just for the lulz. Absolutely. Take the test. Matt 10 L is out there as well. How you doing? Yeah, Matt says I forget to open Discord. Yeah, you can actually there's a Discord app. So if you put the Discord app on your phone and then you turn on notifications, when a conversation starts in Discord, you can get an alert on it so you don't miss anything. Let's see here. Your Real Estate Whisperer out there as well. I have recently been informed that you are on the verge of crossing over the 4,000 watch hour mark. So congrats to you. I'm sure that's just around the corner. Sly Sean, can you review my channel? I grew a lot since last week. We'll do channel review stuff in a little bit later. All right, here. Just scrolling through, make sure I didn't miss any questions. If you do have a question, tag Creator Fundamentals in it so it's a little bit easier to find. The predictor, Creator Fundamentals, are you a volunteer for the editor tool in Studio Beta? Yes, yes, I am. I have used the editor tool in Studio Beta. So far, I like it. It's basically gives you some of the options that used to be in the other, I think it was on the enhancements tab on the old version, but it allows you to trim. So it's real good for things like the live streams, you know, where you have that 3 or 4 minutes in the beginning while you're waiting for people to get into the live stream. So it's like just my intro page that you saw when you first joined the stream. But you can trim that down. If you have any, you know, if I fall asleep on camera, I can go back to the live stream and trim that out, you know, so there's not, you know, dead spaces with nothing going on. So there's all kinds of opportunities in that to kind of clean up your video and remove some of the, you know, less interesting or quiet stuff, especially like when I'm doing channel reviews and stuff. Every once in a while, I'll see something that requires thought and it doesn't make for the best entertainment value when I'm just sitting here staring at somebody's channel. So sometimes I'll go in and I'll trim those out as well. But yeah, it seemed pretty easy to follow. It was, maybe I'll show it to you guys. I don't know what the, I don't recall seeing anything that said I couldn't, so they'll let me know. They'll let me know if I wasn't supposed to. What's a good program? What's a good program to make your own intros? I made mine, so I wonder if I have it on here. All right, turn down your volume for a second because I'm going to see if my bumper's set up here. But I'll show you. I'm not sure if this is the old one or the new one. We'll have to see what it says. So turn down your volume. It's a little bit louder than this volume is. YouTube Simplified. Yeah, so that's the old version because it's YouTube Simplified, and we've changed that. But I did that in Premiere Pro. So that's what I use to edit my videos. So that's what I did that bumper in. Chris Conkle Vlogs. So what's the lowdown on this new hashtag system? What's your thoughts? Honestly, I'm not quite sure what their plans are for how they intend to use it. You know, if you want to go conspiracy theory, you know, maybe with all this discussion about tags becoming less important, wonder if they're going to consider getting rid of the keyword tag field and allowing people to simply put hashtags in their description. I don't know if that's a thing, but that is something that popped into my head because I can't imagine why you would need both keyword research tags and also hashtags. The other social media platforms use the hashtags as a way of allowing people to find content, so maybe YouTube is considering doing that as well. So I think only time will tell in terms of what their actual plans are for it. I mean, I've always, just as a matter of habit, I've always included a hashtag for my channel name in all my videos. So like if you go out and you search for hashtag Creator Fundamentals, you'll find all my videos. But I'm interested in seeing, you know, the idea I mentioned in the video I did on hashtags, which was kind of like the collaboration idea where you share a unique hashtag. Here's the thing that concerns me about hashtags, and it came into my head when I was thinking about the whole trying to do a collab thing. If people get into the habit of using hashtags related to their specific channels, then you run the risk of people spamming other people's channel names to get their videos to show up in searches. You know, like if somebody took, you know, hashtag Daryl Eves or something, or video, or, you know, video influencers or what, and they started putting that in all of their videos just so their content would show up with videos from others. And I don't even know if those channels are actually using hashtags with their own names, but I'm a little concerned that it might just become kind of spammy. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually implement that and make them useful for people, and how they prevent people from abusing them. I guess if the easiest way is to not use those self-identifying hashtags and just try to use general category hashtags. But I don't know. I'm still up in the air exactly how effective it's going to be, and how people are going to use them to their advantage. All right, here. Scrolling. We covered that. Unboxing without a box. Anyone else unhappy with TubeBuddy mobile login? It logs me into a channel I don't use, and then I have to log out and log back in. If you don't use the channel, go log into TubeBuddy.com and remove it from your dashboard, and then you won't log in as it. It should only be logging you into a channel that you at one point included on your TubeBuddy account. So if you're not using it and you don't use it, then get it off of your profile, and then it won't bring you to that one as the default. That would be my guess there. Doug says, I love how people humanize the AI. What do you mean? The AI is not human? But I thought we were friends. Let's see. We have Chris Chronicle Vlogs says, Real Estate Whisper, you're less than 20 hours from being monetized. So exciting. So congrats to your Real Estate Whisper. All right, let's see. Can I catch up here? MCN. Got the Discord conversation. I think I'm catching up here. Tom DeSico said, I didn't mean to use your hashtag, dude. Yeah. Yeah, no worries there. Drop the community strikes for misuse of metadata. People only learn by getting strikes. Ignorance on YouTube will be a thing of the past. Well, you know, in a perfect world that would work, but YouTube hasn't exactly been you know, spot on with their ability to identify all the evildoers. All right. Let's see. That's my thinking. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how exactly they define abuse of a hashtag. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Jazzy Puppet said, I added hashtag to 10 videos and searched for the hashtag. No video came up. Then I happened to change 3 thumbnails. The next time I searched, the 3 thumbnails change videos came, but none of the others. Odd. Next Level Tech, how's it going? No such thing as AI, deep machine learning, or augmented reality. Well, I gained 2 subs since last Wednesday. Congrats to you. Is it Vaderma Production? Is the hashtags only available in the US, or am I just doing something wrong because I can't get them to work on my channel? So to get a hashtag to appear, all you should have to do is include a hashtag in the description of your video. I'm not sure. To my knowledge, I didn't think that they were only in the US, but I honestly don't know. All right, we have Elite Jamaica out there. Hello to you. Random question for a couple who does vlogs and challenges. If we did reaction videos and kind of like news anchor them, would they belong in a certain category? I'm not sure what you mean by a certain category. If you're going to... I honestly don't know what the full list of categories is that YouTube provides off the top of my head. So I mean, I would always say just pick the best category that fits the type of content that you're making. Blue Collar Dipper, how's it going? Thank you for that. Enjoy. All right, what else we have out there? I gained 5 in the last week. Thought that was super cool. Absolutely. Congrats on that. Jason JV, hello to you. And Sure Productions, hey, I think promoting YouTube channels on Instagram works pretty well. Like, people be honest and they want to check the channel out. Yeah, I mean, I definitely promote on all the social media that you can. It's just wherever you can find an audience that's interested in your content, definitely promote your channel. Hawk Gaming, Creative Fundamentals, what kind of microphone do you use? I have asked a few times, but the chat moving so fast, it's hard for you to see it. It is it's not so much the speed of the chat as it is, it doesn't scroll smoothly. Like when I try to scroll up and down, at some point it gives me the little blue arrow to jump to the bottom. And then if I just try to keep scrolling, it jumps and ends up making me miss stuff. So the microphone that I use, this particular microphone is an MXL 770. It's a condenser mic. It requires 48-volt phantom power, so it is plugged in to my H4n Pro audio interface. That's what I use. This is what I use for live streams. I have a Rode mic for my DSLR for the videos I do when I'm standing up in my standard form videos. Those are the two that I use. This one is obviously connected to my PC. This other one, which is, let's see here, let me move. This is my other mic on the boom I use to get it really close to my face when I'm recording. And that's a great tip, guys. If for anybody who's using a DSLR or even using a well, there it is. It just fell off in my hand, but that's my mic. If you're using a DSLR or you're using an external mic for your videos and you want to improve your sound, just trying to put that away. It's not really working. Instead of leaving the microphone on top of your camera, you buy one of these guys here. Let's see here if I can show you. So this is an Amazon Basic. It's basically you put the mic on the end of it here. But it's dirt cheap, and you go out and you buy you know, an extended cable here. These are Securomax, and they're shielded to cut down on interference, but I think it's less than 20 bucks. It lets you put the microphone. I put my mic when I'm making my videos. I get the microphone as close as I can, and then I lower it so it's just below the frame, so it's nice and close, and it just picks up my voice and not so much background noise, and it really improves the audio a ton. So let me just see something here real quick. See if I can find it. And tell you what it actually costs, because it has definitely improved my audio a ton, and it's just as simple as getting the microphone closer to your mouth when you're recording. When you leave it on the camera and you want to get the camera the proper distance to frame your shot. All right, so is that the... So the cord, that it's a 6 foot, or no, 3. Hang on, we'll find it. We will find it for you. But Securomax is the name, or the name of the brand that makes the actual cords there. And where are you at? This just tells you guys that I buy... Oh, yeah, so that's awesome. That's dirt cheap. So this is the actual... Just want to show you this. I'll put this in here. That's the actual mic stand. Wow. Right now, that mic stand that I just linked, it's normally like 18 bucks. Right now, it's $10.42. Which is absolutely fantastic. And that's a lot cheaper than I paid for it, but less than $11. And then the cords themselves, I just want to find these 6 foot ones. I think that's what I have, 6 foot. Yeah, there it is. And then this right here, this is the 6 foot, 3.5 millimeter Securomax shielded cord. Or cable, rather. And it's $6. So you're looking at $17 to greatly enhance your audio by getting your microphone a lot closer to your face when you record. So highly recommended. All right, here. A little wind outside. Mr. Is it LBSRDI? I'm not really, have no idea how to pronounce that. It says, now that you're certified, do you have a check mark when you comment? No, that's different. That's verified. Certification means that you passed the tests and given disciplines on YouTube content. The verified is something they do to just to identify a well-known account as not being a copy. So basically, they have to kind of define a need that you are of a size or popularity such that there is a risk or there is an ongoing attempt to reproduce your work. And that's basically what the verification is with the little check mark that you get. All right, here. Omid Films, ever since I have been held for further review, my channel views have gone way down. Is this related? That would be just a coincidence. The question is, have you made less content since you've been in review? There's no being in review has no impact on the actual activity that you got. Oh, Kevin Boston said you mentioned that niching down is a good idea. I have niched down to storytime videos and vlogs. Do you think going with More than one niche will hurt me, or it will be fine. On an individual channel, the focus or the goal would be to get down to a single niche and focus on that content. So it's not that you can't have a channel with multiple niches. It's just that you're probably not going to grow as fast or grow as consistently because of that, you know, the difference in content and what people actually sign up to watch. Okay, let's see. It's funny. Okay, we covered that. Trying to catch up here. I see Viderma Production about optimizing the content. Is there any way to have a second thumbnail for a video? Because as I know, I can only translate the title and the description, not the thumbnail. To my knowledge, no, rather than having separate channels for that. If you're talking about getting a thumbnail in another language, to my knowledge, that is not currently a functionality they provide. If anybody has a bilingual or multilingual channel, and you know something different than that, then definitely let us know in the chat. But I have not heard of anything about having multiple thumbnails for the purpose of different languages. What I would suggest in that case is to try to come up with a thumbnail that doesn't need text, that can still illustrate the message that your video is sharing, and then it doesn't matter what language it's in if it's a picture. Viva Las Vlogas, any recommendations on a website for audio equipment reviews? Doing the reviews yourself, or for you to read about audio equipment reviews? I mean, if I website, of course, I would do YouTube, and I would search on YouTube for those kind of things. But oh, I'll see, it shot me down to the bottom. All right. Thumbs up, kids. Yeah, I made it to your stream. Welcome. Glad you guys could make it. I have a $40 headset with a very nice mic, but I got it on Black Friday for $20. Good. Always good to get those deals when you can. Elite Jamaica, got to take off. Have a good one. You as well. All right. And we covered that question. Rode Procaster, also a great mic. And Sure Productions, what bitrate do you stream with on OBS? So when I originally started, I think I've streamed as high as 10 or 12,000. Let me see what I'm at now, because I've had some inconsistencies recently. So right now I'm only streaming at 4,000 because I had a couple streams not too long ago that I was struggling to get a good signal out. So I dropped it down to 4,000. I haven't put it back up yet. So right now I'm at 4,000. You can go down to like 1,200 if you don't have the greatest internet connection. When I first started doing live streams, it was painful in terms of the ability to keep keep it running smooth, but I dropped it down to 1,200, I believe it was, and that allowed me. I mean, obviously it doesn't look HD quality, but you get a decent picture, and you can stream at really low, traffic. Let's see. But if you install OBS fresh, it'll give you the option to run a test where it'll actually do a little mini live stream. So you go on YouTube and you set your live stream settings to private, and then you I don't think OBS does it automatically. So set it to private and then install OBS, and it'll run little live stream tests to see exactly what kind of bit rate you should be using. All right, here. Don't want to miss this one. Thank you so much to Daddy Daughter Gaming for the super chat. Daddy Daughter Gaming is now in the upper left-hand corner as the stream boss. For any of you who are new to the channel, the stream boss is just a fun way to allow those who help support the channel through super chat the opportunity to promote their channel. For every $1 of super chat that gets contributed, it does 10 points of damage to the health bar of the current stream boss. As you can see, the current health points up there are 100. So a $10 super chat would wipe out those 100 points. And whoever it is that does the super chat that actually brings the health points to 0, that gets their channel up as the stream boss, wipes out the previous one, and they get to stay up there with their channel name and icon in full view until somebody knocks them off the hill, as it were. So Daddy Daughter Gamer says, I've got to go, but thanks for all the advice you've given over the past few months. We'll catch you next time. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I appreciate the super chat and your support coming to hang out on the live stream. So I do see a question up there. Question is, marking a location helping at all in the video? Like if you make a video in another area, will it show more to those people or not related? I think any opportunity to give YouTube meaningful information about a video is going to be helpful. Exactly how YouTube uses it, you know, if it's a topic that's relevant to a location, then I would definitely include it. You know, if you are, you know, doing a video like I do where, you know, how to get more views or how to get more subscribers on YouTube, I think it's far less important what the location is of the video, you know, you know, above and beyond the fact that it's in the United States and, it is a English speaking video, but other than that, I don't think location would play that big of a role in my particular type of content. But it may, you know, if you're doing travel vlogs or things like that, maybe there is some opportunity there to let them know the location and, you know, promote it to people who may be looking for that. All right, here, where are we at? Hawk Gaming. Dan, what are your thoughts on the channel sponsorship? My thoughts on the channel sponsorship, which is now called membership, I believe, if you're talking about the sponsor button. My thoughts are, I wish it had a lower threshold, because right now I think it's 100,000 subscribers or more. So for me personally, I'd love to have access to it, but I'm not quite to 100,000 yet. So I'll have to do a little work to get there, but I think it's a great thing for people to do. It gives a lot of opportunity. It kind of brings in some of the Patreon type services right into the platform. And I think those kind of things integrated in the platform, you know, certainly streamline everything and make it just that much easier for us to maintain and manage. So in that regard, I think it's good. Had to kick on the AC. It's starting to get a little toasty in here. Let me know if that proves to be too loud. Hopefully it's not too bad. Keep my microphone nice and close here. So I think the channel sponsorships or memberships, which I believe they're now called, are a great thing. I just wish the minimum subscriber count was a little bit lower. All right, so what else we got here? Thumbs up kids, do you know of any way to do live stream collab where we could stream on 2 channels at the same time? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but I think you would probably have to set up multiple cameras to pull it off. I'm not sure what the goal would be to do both channels. I would rather promote an individual channel with both audiences and then do I mean, unless you're trying to do some kind of gaming thing where thumbs up kids, I'm not sure what your channel's about, but maybe if you let me know what the goal is on that. Because if you're trying to do a collab and you're trying to bring 2 audiences together, but you're keeping the audiences apart by streaming at the same time, there's kind of a conflict there about how you're actually going to use the collaboration to benefit each channel. Whereas if you did a collab and you brought in the other channel, and then when you were doing a collab, you told that other channel's audience to come check out yours, and then you guys follow up with a video or live stream on that other channel, and you tell your audience to come over, then that gives you an opportunity to cross-pollinate your audiences. But you're kind of keeping everything segregated. If you're each doing a live stream at the same time, you're not creating much of an opportunity to get that overlap, which is, you know, the whole reason that you do a collaboration to begin with. Next level tech. How come the stream boss hit points didn't go down? Didn't go down for who? The last one I see is Daddy Daughter Gamer, and that's what I'm currently seeing. Let me make sure. Yep, that's updated on the live version as well. So sometimes there's a delay between the two. I'm not really sure why, because they're both Streamlabs. All right, because I think the Streamlabs animation pops up before the stream boss actually gets updated. But I saw Kevin Boston. You did ask a question earlier that I believe I answered. I saw the same question a couple times, I think. But yeah, if I'll check out Instagram later. Let's see what we got. Viderma Production, thanks for all your answers and help. Have to go now. 3:45 a.m. in Italy. Have a good night. We got Ethan Short out there in the live stream. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Matt Tennell, got to get some videos created. By all means, go make some content. Have a good night. Share Productions, Creative Fundamentals. You ever planning to meet Nick Nimmin? I have met Nick Nimmin. I met Nick Nimmin at Vid Summit last year. Good guy. We actually all went to, if you can picture this, we went to Roscoe's, which was like chicken and waffles in Los Angeles. And at that table was myself, Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson, Roberto Blake, Andrew Edwards, and several other people whose names I don't recall at the moment. So yeah, it was quite the experience. Let's see here. SNS and RV Cats. I'm working on branding my thumbnails. Should I use the same colors on each thumbnail? I like to create, my goal, at least on my channel, is to create that similarity between the channel and the thumbnails and stuff, so people know it's yours. I'm not saying that there isn't a way to do that using different colors, but I've certainly found from a branding perspective, it's much easier to find, you know, the same font, the same color scheme that you're using in your channel art and your thumbnails to kind of, get that branding to be memorable and easily identifiable as yours. I mean, if you think about something like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, or McDonald's, they're not going around changing their font on all the different ways that they advertise when it comes to their brand. So to that end, you want to have the repetitive nature of that branding material so people know the stuff is yours. All right, let's see who else we got out there. I see Christiana Link out there as well. Good to see you. We have Smiling Diva. I'll state that I need help in this because I am a new YouTuber. Well, welcome to YouTube. I would highly recommend that you start watching some videos on how YouTube works. There are 168 videos something like that on my channel. Plus, there are a number of other channels that do similar content, so you could definitely check them out as well. Where are we on the old video count? Creator Fundamentals currently has 182 videos for you to check out related to how to grow your channel, how to use best practices to help your channel grow, how to make better content, build an audience, get involved in the community, all kinds of things that are important in growing your YouTube channel. And certainly all the best practices and strategies that I use to grow this channel. Let's see. Yeah, Smiling Diva. I didn't see a specific question. Let's see. Sure, Productions 100K is not long for Dan. You're going to get there quick as possible. I am certainly trying my best. I am collaborating with this person, and she has 36 subscribers, and I have around like 1,000, and I'm just helping her to grow. All right, so in that case, is that the... Let me see here. Let's see if there was a part before that, sure, about the helping the person. In that case, I would bring them on your channel, and I would do a collaboration on your channel to introduce your audience to them. All right. Yeah, guys, I mean, Vid Summit is absolutely... somebody was referencing about the people that were at that table for chicken and waffles. Yeah, it's a trip. You know, we have this. It's easy to kind of see people on YouTube, you know, as like they're in a different world, but all of us are just individuals who are all kind of doing the same thing. That's trying to grow a YouTube channel. In this case, sharing best practices and things like that. When you go to an event like Vid Summit, you know, they're just people. So it's a good opportunity to meet people in person. You know, you get a much better sense of the individuals as opposed to what they're doing content-wise on their channel. And I can't wait to go this year. It's in October. I will be there out in Los Angeles. It's like the... What are the actual dates here? Let us take a look. Actually, for those of you who aren't familiar, let's show you. I want to show you something here real quick. I'll do this. And give me just a moment. Clean that up right there. Okay, let's try this. For those of you who aren't familiar with Vid Summit, this is actually the Vid Summit site. Let's see if this works here.
I got more value out of the first 2 hours than any other convention that I've ever been a part of.
The lineup of speakers and teachers that you have here is amazing.
Highly, highly recommend Vid Summit. If you are interested in really building a business from whatever content you're creating.
To anyone who's serious about making a career in video, it's been a lot of fast-paced, intense, high-level stuff.
The value that I'm getting here at Vid Summit is way beyond what I've gotten at other conferences.
It is a place where insiders teach each other the tricks of the trade.
Video is everything right now. Being here has helped me understand the business side of video But coming here, I'm meeting the right people, learning the strategies.
So that hat right there, that's me. We worked our way to the front of the crowd and sat there through most of VidSummit.
Learning what's working. If you have anything to do with video, you should be here, not just saying it. It's been surprising how timely and relevant and raw the information is, and I freaking love it. Be here.
Something like VidSummit, if you're thinking about doing video, which I think is the future, Google predicts that 80% of internet usage by 2020 is going to be video. If you haven't mastered the game of video, you're going to be left behind very soon.
The meetings that are going on right behind this camera are blowing my mind. You got to get here next time. Don't miss it.
The caliber and the quality of the people that are here are second to none.
So happy I'm here because I'm already getting so much value, not just from the talk, the conversations and the relationships that are happening just within the halls here. You got to be here.
VidSummit is the place to be if you want to learn how to grow your video business.
If you missed out on VidSummit, you missed the premier event for video creators of the year.
I've missed out every year. I always see the fun stuff and the nuggets people are learning every year, but I'm like, okay, this year I gotta go, and I absolutely do not regret it.
VidSummit for me, I mean, in the first 10 minutes I got my money's worth.
I found co-creators, I found mentors.
No one here has an ego. Everyone here wants to teach, everyone here wants to learn.
The presenters are available to us. They interact with us. They're so willing to give their information. It's just amazing.
And it's just a great way to get in front of the best people.
So a lot of testimonials in there. I don't know. Every time I watch that video, I just want to go back to it. It's awesome. But that's coming. That is coming up in the. Let's see what the dates are here. October 9th through the 12th in Los Angeles. So if you are somebody who's going to go to VidSummit, or you're thinking about if you're thinking about going to VidSummit, let me know, and I can get you a link to tickets. But if you do go, let me know, and maybe we can meet up out there. Let's see here. Trying to catch up. Love to go to VidSummit. Got to wait till next year. So that was actually how I was last year. A couple months before VidSummit, I was just resigned to the fact that I couldn't afford it. And it was actually like a month or so before VidSummit, I was talking, having a conversation with my wife, and surprisingly, she was on board and thought I should go. So I was like, hey, let's make it happen. So it was kind of an investment in my future. Like I said, it was more money than I wanted to spend at that time. But since VidSummit from last year, I have made every penny of the amount I spent on VidSummit last year. I've spent or made more than enough money to pay for VidSummit this year. Plus created a bunch of relationships where I am able to do some other things and set up some collaborations and stuff that I'll be doing when I'm there, that's going to create even more content, even more value, and help me grow the channel even more. So Car Galaxy Studios, how much did it end up costing you? So last year it cost me, let me see what the exact number was. I think last year it ended up costing, wanted to see if I had the numbers written down. I want to say it was like $2,200. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. So when you're there and you're meeting all of these people that you've only seen on YouTube that all have great success. They're all really successful, ton of creators with over 1 million subscribers running very profitable businesses, you know, that you're rubbing elbows with and taking notes and just, you know, having face-to-face conversations with. It's just so valuable. Unboxing without a box. Hooray, just hit 600 subscribers. Congratulations to you on that. Please tell me VidSummit is in the UK. No, unfortunately, VidSummit is in Los Angeles, California, USA. But if you're wondering, Nick Nimmin last year went to VidSummit in Los Angeles from Thailand. So, because that's where he lives. Yeah, sure. Productions. It's definitely a good time. It's not. I mean, it's a good time. It's a great time for business because you're just collecting all kinds of valuable information. You know, it's funny because, like, when I went last year, there were some conversations that were kind of above my head. People talking about, you know, certain marketing techniques and stuff that I wasn't at or you know, wasn't involved in yet. And now those are the kind of those are the conversations I want to have this year, because I'm to a point now where, you know, I've established a brand and I'm growing the channel and I have some, you know, some goals and things that I want to be able to expand it. And those are the type of conversations I want to have with people who have already done it, and kind of the best way to approach certain areas. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not cheap, and I would never sit here and tell anybody to spend money that they don't have. But I would also say, if you're serious, if you seriously want to grow your YouTube channel as a business, and you're committed to the long term, I think it's really worth giving some serious consideration to making it happen, because I just think the value that it will return to you, you know, over the year that follows is going to far outweigh the cost that seemed like a lot of money went. Like when I went last year, it seemed like a lot of money in terms of what I was making on YouTube. But now the channel would be able to bring me to VidSummit multiple times. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things you just kind of, like, I'm not a big fan of the people that say, oh, quit your job and give it 110% and pour your heart and soul into YouTube. And, you know, because I have a family, so I have responsibilities and things like that. So I would never take that approach. So I definitely wouldn't go bankrupt to go to VidSummit. You know, but if you can make it happen and suck it up, you know, with a little bit of pain, I think it's worth the trip. But it's not just the ticket. So right now the ticket to VidSummit itself, I think it's $797, and then you're looking at airfare and then the hotel. If you stay at the Westin, which is where VidSummit is, you actually stay in the hotel where the event is. So, you know, getting around is easy because you can just go from your room down to the events. Plus, they also provide a link to rooms at the Westin at a reduced rate by getting your after you buy your VidSummit ticket. And then it's just trying to find decent airfare out there. So my total cost this year, I think, so the ticket would be $797. Airfare for me, I think, was like $480 or something like that. And then the hotel, let me see what the hotel rate was, just if you guys give you a reference on that. Because I have everything booked and ready to go. Westin. So, what did the Westin cost me? So I'm staying for 4 nights, which is, it's going to be October 9th. Let's see here. So I'm staying from the 9th, Tuesday the 9th to, and leaving on Saturday the 13th. So I'm staying 4 nights. It's running. The room rate was $159 a night. With taxes and stuff, it comes out to $184 a night. So my hotel for 4 nights is $736. So it's definitely not cheap. But I just think you can get so much value out of it that you can make up that money. So we said that, so you're looking at $1,400 plus airfare, about $2,000. All right. Sure Productions, my older brother says he wants to create a cartoon channel for kids because he wants to go for the money, but I told him you shouldn't go for the money because it won't work. Yeah, just trying to focus on money and doing stuff simply for the money. Very hard to make that happen because of the consistency that you need, so. Jazzy Puppet, I've never actually been to Playlist Live, so I can't really speak onto what value it offers. So if it's between a VidSummit virtual ticket and actually going, and I would have to do some research and see who's actually going to be at Playlist Live. I mean, there's definitely some valuable content, but I think there's also some great value in being face to face and, you know, being able to interact with other creators. So I'd probably need some more information to give you the best answer there. Let's Play RC. Dan, once you get your custom URL, does your subscribe code change? So Let's Play RC. So you have at the end of your, it's either youtube.com/that ID, which is letters and numbers. And then when it stops, it would be at the end of that where you would put the question mark sub confirmation equals 1. Otherwise, you would just put that after the end of your custom URL. So is there anybody in the chat right now who is actually going to VidSummit? If you're going to VidSummit, let me know. Just type in VidSummit to let me know that you're actually going to VidSummit this year. Let's see. Yeah, that idea of seeing some big YouTuber and saying, "Hey, I want to do that to make money," not really a viable option, because people see that and go, "Oh, if he can do it, I can do it." But then you don't really take into account all the hard work that person put in to get that done. So there's kind of that expression. I'm not sure who originated it, but it's kind of, I've seen it bounce around a lot, that overnight success takes 10 years. Beanie Jaws, what's the name of the airport you land at? Is LAX. Los Angeles International Airport. Yeah, Los Angeles International Airport. Its call symbol there is LAX. That is where that's right. And then you take when you land at LAX, there is a shuttle from the Westin that picks you up at the hotel or at the airport and brings you to the hotel. So you don't need to pay for transportation to get to the hotel. They actually have like an area where all the different hotel buses line up. You just go out there and you wait for the one that says Weston, and you hop on that and you throw your luggage in there and it brings you to the hotel. And then once you're there, if you do want to go out and about, they have Uber in the area, so you can just call an Uber and it can bring you wherever you need to go. Yeah, it's definitely an investment, but if, like I said, if you are serious, like Fantastic Joe is saying, if you're serious, it's worth it, because depending on what your goals, I would hope if you're serious about creating a YouTube channel that can be a business, that your goal is to establish a business that's going to be able to make way more than $2,000 or $3,000. You know, so to that end, if you have something that's going to expedite that process of teaching you how to create a business, how to create multiple revenue streams, how to you know, leverage the content that you have now to help you grow and build a sustainable business that's, you know, going to earn a lot more than $2,000 or $3,000, then it kind of, you know, makes it a little more reasonable to kind of spend that money. Like next year, I want to hit up VidSummit. I want to go to VidCon. All about creating those relationships, meeting people, and you know, finding new ways to grow your brand and business. Beanie Jaws, Cheap Flights is quoting 1688 as the cheapest. Well, you're coming from a little ways away, huh? Right now, VidSummit is just in America. There's just the one in Los Angeles. That may eventually have others in other countries. Yeah, I'd love for them to have... I was actually talking with a group of creators about the idea of trying to set up some type of gathering in upstate New York in Syracuse. Because there's not a ton of stuff on the East Coast. Let's see. Delhi Forever Raglam. Hi, I'm new to your live stream, but I'm one of your on your community already. Love from the Philippines. Well, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We will be here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Sure, production, keep up the good work. I'm going to get some sleep. Have a good night. Take care. We'll talk maybe on the next live stream. Yeah, Beanie, one of the things that you could do is start promoting it on your channel that you want to go to VidSummit and see if your audience will help you get there. Savage Scientist, it would be good for some big YouTubers in the channel growth arena to do a tour. That's an interesting concept. Instead of having a conference, to have like a traveling tour. That, I mean, that would take a lot to put together. Playlist love, just look more of a hangout with famous YouTubers. It doesn't seem like it would help you grow your... Oh, Playlist live. Yeah, that might just be like a meet and greet for fans. That's the big thing about VidSummit versus the other conferences, or some of the other conferences, is that it's not for fans. It's for businesses who want to learn how to leverage YouTube to grow their business. So, you know, your business being your YouTube channel. Beanie, instead of asking them to donate, present it in such a way that it will help you deliver more of the content that that they want to see. So let's see here. Oh, that's a good idea, Beanie. You could do prints of one of your things and send them out as a thank you for contributions, or sell them. Do a instant replay. Dan, so when is Hangout Live 2019? Is that what we're calling it? So like I said, I'm actually trying to put together a small get together in Syracuse for creators. I want to set up something small, around 50 people. And Syracuse is a good area because it's kind of central to the east and western New York, and also Toronto and Pennsylvania. So, and I know a few creators in those areas. Yeah. It's the last thing I'd want to do is create a Tanacon. No offense to her, but I think I know better than to trust the planning of an event to some guy rolling around on a Segway. So if any of you live fairly close to the Syracuse, New York area, and that's something that you might be interested in, let me know either through the Discord or on Facebook, and I'll get you in the group that I'm using to plan it. Right now I'm trying to look at April of 2019 in Syracuse. I don't know if I can put it all together by then, but I got to pick a date just to kind of organize the process. Chris Conkle Vlogs, I go to Syracuse. Good. Yeah, so I'll send you a link, Chris, that you can join that group. Well, that's why I picked Instant Replay. I picked April for that purpose, to try to get past the bad weather. And that was kind of the earliest, but... So you're down there in Georgia, so you're near Roberto Blake, because I think he's from Georgia. Nice. So, yeah, if that is something that you're interested in, definitely let me know in either on the Livestream After Party Discord, or just get in touch with me and I'll give you some information on what we're kind of thinking of. But I figured 50 people is a decent size. We can get a room. It would be like a Saturday and Sunday, and I would reserve like a meeting room where we could kind of do some content presentation and kind of do some networking with other creators and that kind of thing. And then depending on what kind of response we get, or what is reasonable for people to, or, you know, what people reasonably want to pay to get a ticket to it. I'm trying to keep, I want it, the cost to be low, so I don't want to add a bunch of expensive speakers to it. Obviously, I don't have to pay myself anything to present, but it'd be nice to bring in some other people as well. But we are in the super early stages of it, and I'm trying to kind of get a framework to kind of test the feasibility of it. All right, so if, let's see here, can I close? All right. So if you are interested in doing or getting a channel review tonight, I want you to tag Creator Fundamentals and then include the name of your channel after that. So I know you're interested in doing a channel review, and we'll pick some channels to take a look. But generally speaking, if I can keep the cost somewhere in the $200 to $300 ticket price, do you think that's reasonable? Is that something that you think that's manageable? All right. Doug has given you the format for that, so if you're looking for a channel review, definitely tag Creator Fundamentals and then put your channel name. And we'll get to look at some channels here. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. And all right, and okay, let's see. So if you're asking for a channel review this week and you also asked for one last week, try to let me know specifically what you want me to look at rather than looking at everything we talked about last week. Because I do see some channel requests in here where I see some things that haven't been changed that we talked about. So rather than review your entire channel again, just try to let me know what you specifically want me to look at. All right, and cool. All right. Just going through and making a list here. Bear with me a moment. So just a quick question, Wicked Fabs, why does YouTube upload videos in a different pixel than what you upload with? So if you're talking about uploading a video and having it show up at a lower quality than what you uploaded, keep in mind that YouTube may make your video available at a lower quality while it's processing the video to make it available at a higher quality. So if you look at it right after you upload it, it's possible that it's not going to be the quality that you actually uploaded. Just give it time to finish processing, and it'll get up to whatever resolution that you used when you uploaded the video. So you can definitely see a lower quality sometimes right after you upload, but that will go away when it's done doing its thing behind the scenes. And have you up there yet? Let's see. All right, here. And all right, so I do have a list here, and we're going to take a look at some. Let's get this situated here. All right, and that. Almost there. Good, good. All right, so the first channel that we're going to take a look at is Thumbs Up Kids. I think, pretty sure we've looked at this channel before, because I do remember the puzzle pieces around the thumbnail. So let's see what we got going on here. So generally speaking, your channel art looks good. Looks like everything should fit on mobile. I'm going to double check here real quick just to make sure. Pull you up on mobile, see what that looks like. These days, you're probably going to get somewhere around 50% or more of your traffic from a mobile device, so you always want to make sure that your channel art looks good on mobile. And let's see what we look like here. All right, so I want to see, let's see here. Just real quick, I want to show you. Not sure if I can get that to be. But as you can see right here, wow, that's really hard to do backwards, huh? Anyway, your icon, I'm not touching the screen, stop playing videos. So you have toy reviews listed, but your icon is actually hiding that particular text. And it's really kind of a pain in the butt the way YouTube has decided to display stuff on mobile, because they're basically covering up part of the channel art with the icon. But any way that you can make that work, it's just going to look much cleaner and you know, give a better presentation of your content on the mobile device. So, and basically what I would try to do in that regard is, you know, try to possibly resize this stuff here to make it fit, so when that thing is overlapped here, it doesn't actually cover it up. Also, with this new display, I've noticed that the what fits in here nicely tends to get trimmed the top and bottom a little bit on mobile now. So that's also something you want to consider. So what I usually do is I'll usually come in here and I will, you know, click to upload my channel art. I will crop it. I will refresh it on my mobile to see how it looks, and then I'll just keep playing with it until I get it to actually fit, nicely on mobile, and then I'll save that as my final version. So in this case, we have, you know, your color scheme up here. It ties in with your icon here. Take a look at your most recent videos. And still, like, I don't really know where this video fits into the mix. I don't know if that's a kid's performance or where that particular video falls into these categories here. So I like this border because I think that is good branding that'll show people that it's related to your channel. But then there's a couple videos where you're not using it. I don't know if you go in afterwards and do that or what it is, but I think being consistent with that is helpful in identifying the content as yours. I just don't know what the scenario is where, you know, something like this is this like something the kids performed in? I'm going to imagine. I'm just curious how that performs relative to the rest of your content. So I think, I mean, one of the things, let's see how you're wording. So in this case, you're basically doing a family vlog or a kids vlog and kind of highlighting some of the stuff that you do. I just don't know if that particular video where they were singing in the choir quite fits into the mix, but an occasional video like that won't kill the channel or anything. But the more that you can stay focused on the actual themes of your channel, the better. Family life with 3 kids. So yeah, definitely the general vlogging kind of thing.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around.
We started this journey because after 2 years of the kids begging to make YouTube videos, we did our research and realized we were already making videos, so why not start uploading to share with
Traveling to new places and sharing those adventures with others. Rides at Legoland. On the Coca-Cola Orlando Eye. Little Eye. I will. Shut up and dance with me.
All right. So yeah, I would just think in, so where did it go here?
Today we
Did that video like disappear while we were, or did you change the thumb? Where did it go? All right, so that I don't seem to see that video anymore. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, you know, tighten up the channel art so it'll actually fit on mobile, and try to keep the consistent branding elements as much as possible so people can identify it as your content, and go from there. It looks like your thumbnails generally have the family in them, so people can identify them as yours, especially with the puzzle pieces and your logo down here. And they're generally the same kind of color scheme, so I think that works. And then let's just double check your home page, make sure you got upload. See, I would, personal preference for me is to get rid of the popular uploads and replace those with your own created playlists that have more meaningful titles and descriptions that can actually show up in search. You know, the same way that you do these, I would do like you know, like my channel, I do latest videos from Creator Fundamentals, just as a way to include the name of my channel on it, and it's a possible playlist that can actually show up in search. But you got all your descriptions in there. That's great. You got the horizontal playlists. I would say, generally speaking, I would prefer to only include playlists on the home page, on your channel page, that have at least 5 videos, so you don't have the gaps like this, unless these are like really super important topics to you. And if so, I might kind of put those on the list to get a couple more videos in that category to get those playlists filled out. Hop over into the chat box here. And it's not, as long, thumbs up kids, I mean, if it's a one-off scenario, you don't necessarily have to hide it. It's not like a single video like that is going to cause irreparable harm to your channel. It's just a matter of being in the habit of, you know, keeping everything within branding. So if you want to have that video out there, as long as you're not displaying it on the actual channel page, it's not really that big of a deal. You don't want to get into a habit of making those one-off videos all the time that kind of deviate from the type of content that you're making. But a single video like that is not really a big issue. And you could even, like you said, if the school was judging it, you could wait until whatever that procedure was done, and then you could maybe upload a new thumbnail that kind of matches your channel. Let's see here. So I wasn't going crazy. The video did disappear. All right. Beanie Jaws joining the lull party. All right. Pure Gaming Channel. Dan, if you upload a video and it gets so much viral and you get tons of watch time, so if you make that video private, will you lose all the views and watch time? I guess the question is, if you had a video that was getting tons of watch time, why would you want to make it private? Let me know this scenario. That used to be the case of Pure Gaming Channel, but I think I read something recently that seemed to imply that that would no longer be the case. All right, here. Car Galaxy, how many hashtags can you put in your description that show up on top? It'll display the first 3 hashtags that it finds in your description. All right, so let's see where we're at here. We did that one, and all right, so the next channel on the list is Unboxing Without a Box. All right, so generally speaking, you're using consistent colors and things here. I might consider using a different collection of images for the background of your channel art. Like this picture, this is kind of, I don't know, conflicting or difficult on the eyes to see what's actually going on up here, and this being sideways and stuff, and it has text and writing on it, just kind of adds confusion to what you got going on up here. Also, social media tags in your channel art I would do without. When you're on YouTube, focus on growing your YouTube channel and not trying to promote your other social media. So I would get your social media tags out of your channel art altogether. You're being consistent with the color scheme, but I feel like that particular color scheme is a bit harsh with the yellow on the red like this, and it almost looks like you have a white outline on your yellow text. Let's see how you're doing stuff here. I think there's way too much text on your thumbnails, so you want to, like, since you're doing reviews of actual products here, I would try to highlight the product itself and not all these words. I would use an image like this that takes up the majority, if not all of the thumbnail space with the actual product that you're looking at, and only include words when necessary. But definitely they're way too wordy. And I would play with the color schemes and the outline. It almost looks like, I'm thinking maybe that you're using the TubeBuddy custom thumbnail tool here to make these. At least that's my guess by looking at them. You can let me know in the chat if that's how you're actually making these. But I would try to lead with the photo itself because you're dealing with specific products. And then if you have to include any text, maybe throw, you know, a color box and then a word or two over the actual photo if necessary. But I mean, you have great consistency the way that you're laying everything out. I just don't know if these colors are going to invite people to stop while they're scrolling and choose your video over some of the other options that are out there. Let's see if you mentioned can do. There is I am. But like, so some of the fonts in the TubeBuddy thumbnail tool, well, for one, you can either do a black outline or a white outline. In these, I would even opt for, if you're going to do an outline, your outline should be should contrast against the text that you're choosing to do an outline. If it's not going to contrast with the text, there's really no reason to do an outline. The whole purpose of an outline is to make sure that you have some contrast if the background, you know, kind of interferes with the color scheme of the font, and that outline creates some separation. So having the light yellow with a light white thing it just causes, you know, interference around the edge of the font. Like, you'd be better off with a black outline if you're going to do the yellow font on top of red, which I probably wouldn't put those two colors together anyway because it's not visually appealing. So I would maybe play around with that color scheme a little bit, get the social media things out of your channel art, and maybe choose a different collection of pictures up here to highlight some products that you might have reviewed. But like layout wise and the consistent colors, that's all great. I would just maybe choose I would play around with the different colors. Your background reminds me of the background I used to have on my thumbnails, the kind of like the, almost looks like corduroy blue. But otherwise, yeah, I'd play with trying to get a full image of the product itself. Try to do a lot less text. See how your playlists are looking at, I mean, looks like you're still creating some content here. You're a few videos in. We got 5. Got a handful there. Yeah, about 13 videos in. As you continue to make more content and add them to playlists, you want to get those horizontal playlists, single playlists listed out on your channel page, as many as will fit in there, and then get your descriptions on your playlists to offer people exposure to a lot more of your thumbnails and your content, so they can decide whether or not they want to subscribe to your channel. All right, here, let's get the Yep. TubeBuddy. The TubeBuddy thumbnails. Pure Gaming Channel. I was going to do a viral video, which is different from my content. Never attempt to do a viral video on subject matter that doesn't match your content, because the last thing you want to do is have a successful video that doesn't match your brand, or you're going to bring in a bunch of subscribers that aren't going to be interested in the rest of your content, and it's just going to cause more problems than it's worth. Is hashtag thumbs up kids, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for the review. Says thumbs up kids. You're very welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out on the live stream. Dirty Shoes Adventures, quick question. I see talk about hashtags. From what I understand, you put those in the description. Okay, so the question is hashtag is used like keywords, and this shows up where? So I actually just did a video about the hashtags. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely watch that. That gives some insight. But generally speaking, what YouTube is doing now is it'll take the first 3 hashtags in your description, and it will list them above the title of your video on the video screen. So people can actually click on one of those hashtags and find more content related to that particular hashtag. This is different than the keyword research and the tag research that you do to help get your videos to show up in search. Right now, they're 2 completely separate things. I'm curious if at some point they're going to drop the former version of tags in favor of hashtags, because it's kind of repetitive and, you know, it's kind of a duplication of the whole keyword concept. So it'll be interested in seeing what they do going forward. I believe Doug Houston also did a hashtag video, so you can check his out as well. Let's see. All right, so what else we got out there? Okay, so we got this next one here. This next channel review, we're going to take a look at all right. This is King Arturo TV. All right, so we take a look at your channel art. It looks like you're doing something related to gaming based on the symbols and the control. I get the king crown here for King Arturo. The one thing that stands out is that your channel art doesn't really seem like it was specifically made to go on YouTube, because some of the graphics are being cut off. There's something going on down here below this. I can't really tell what that's supposed to be or why it's hiding down there. This stuff gets cut off up here. Also, the width of this graphic is going to show up. It's going to get cut off on mobile, like right about here. And while it generally alludes to gaming, it doesn't really identify specifically what your content is about. We go into your about section, new to the gaming community, let's just have a good time. Again, I would focus on a better description of the kind of videos that you're actually going to make if you're looking to grow your channel as efficiently as possible. And see what we got going on here in your videos. Live stream, gaming, live stream. So here's the thing, and I see this a lot with people trying to create a gaming channel, is you go on their channel and it's nothing but live streams. And we always talk about trying to set yourself apart from other creators, especially, you know, people like to throw out the gaming niche is oversaturated. Well, I don't really believe in oversaturation, because I believe that the people who are trying to make better content will rise to the top. But I would strongly consider trying to get some actual edited videos out there, and I don't know. I'm thinking maybe by looking at your channel, maybe if you're live streaming off of a platform like a PlayStation or something, then you can't do actual videos, and that may be what's going on here. So you're kind of limited in that regard. But as much as you can mix in regular videos in addition to live streams, I think that can help, you know, these kind of channels to grow faster than the ones that are just simply doing live streams. Let's see here. So again, the concept of some branding, something that identifies your particular videos and thumbnails as belonging to your channel. Not really seeing any of that in, like, right here. Looks like you have yourself in the picture, but there's no consistency in doing that. This little picture-in-picture here is just way too small for anybody to be able to see that it's you. So that might be something that you want to think about. And then if you are, you know, using a platform or something, let me jump in the chat, see if you've given us some insight into whether you're actually creating these videos off of like a gaming station. Let's see here. All right, let me know if what the deal is, that if you're doing this like from a PlayStation. But in any event, even if I was doing there and I had access to a computer at some point, I might try to create some kind of cutout, you know, something similar to, you know, to this or something, and get that overlaid on your thumbnail so it actually looks like it's branded to your channel. But definitely got to work on your channel art, come up with a better way to do that. Fill out your About section to clearly identify the type of content that you're making. On your home screen, you want to get your videos listed as playlists. Again, my preference would be to get rid of the uploads and replace that with your own playlist that essentially does the same thing as the upload, but name it something with your title name, channel name in it to kind of show people what that's all about. And then I wouldn't do these playlists like this because you're not really showing much of your content. You're not giving any descriptions on the playlists to help people understand what you got going on there. So I would think that there's some opportunity to improve there. All right. Let's see what we got. All right, so the next channel up. All right, I'll throw that one up there. Sean44, Creator Fundamentals live streaming has gotten me more subs and views, so I disagree. More subs and views than what? Than actual videos? I don't think that that's an indication that videos are not a smart play. I think that will probably have to do with the type of content that you're making in them. All right. Next channel up is Automoto channel. All right, so I know we've looked at this channel a couple times before. It looks like your channel art may have changed. I'd still consider focusing your channel links on YouTube rather than all this other social media stuff you got going on here, I would put yourself another YouTube subscribe link up here and get rid of the social media there. So you can keep people on YouTube and help grow your YouTube channel. I would I'd like to see some reference to your branding here in your actual channel art. Maybe if you like took this Automoto symbol and, you know, centered it in what you got going on up here. But and we're looking at your videos. Again, there's not really anything in your videos that will allow anybody to see that they're actually from your channel. Definitely seem consistent content-wise, which is great. Got a bunch of different playlists. Yeah, and as I mentioned, my preference, the horizontal playlists versus doing a vertical upload, you're just wasting a lot of real estate that you could be using to show people as much of your content as possible. And I just think that the single horizontal playlist does the best job of exposing thumbnails and titles to as much of your content as possible. So when somebody comes and visits, it's real easy for them to see a bunch of your content in a very short period of time. So that's why I recommend doing it in that fashion versus these vertical displays. Number one goal is to deliver quality content to the auto enthusiast, all about cars and motorcycles, auto shows, cars, and coffee and drag racing events. Okay. Again, I might consider elaborating in your actual channel art as to the specific content related to these images that you're going to be covering on the channel. All right. Welcome, G Malali. Apparently at a T-ball game at the moment. Good to see you. All right, and let's see who we got next. Now, Sly, I know we looked at your channel on the last live stream. What specifically did we want to look at this time? All right, let's do... All right, the next channel that requested a look here is Lori Burns Vlogs. So let's take a look at I want to make this channel versatile, where every one of you can find laughter, knowledge, or anything in between. This is where I get to shine a little brighter in my world, learn something I didn't know about, or sit back. So I would probably... Birthday, Sean's... So it looks like you're generally using your channel as just to upload general content here. So is it all just vlog type? All right. Like talking videos, which is fine. So I would kind of try to think about, let's see, are you doing this like a daily? How often are we doing this here? 1 day, 5 day, week, 2 weeks. So yeah, I mean, I would try to give some indication in your channel art exactly what you are going to cover topic-wise. I think if you're trying to grow a channel and you're trying to grow a vlog channel, the idea of just simply making videos about whatever happens to happen is probably going to slow you down a bit growth-wise, rather than coming up with specific topics that you can blog about, you know, that are all related to a, you know, a certain theme or like an overall focus for the channel. So like right now you're reflecting on some birthdays and baptism and then comments. So you're just kind of doing whatever type of content, and that's fine. If you're, it's always best to get the practice in of making videos and learning how to improve upon videos. And there is nothing wrong with taking your time and just getting used to making content. So in that regard, that works fine. And maybe as you continue to make content, it may give you some insight into like a particular area that you want to touch on. But generally speaking, the more focused it is, or the more you're able to communicate exactly the type of content that you want to make on it, the better you're going to be able to communicate that to subscribers and get them to actually join your channel, rather than just blindly joining your channel because you ask them to. So just something to consider down the road as you continue to make content, if you decide that you want to try to grow it faster than it's growing. All right, here, let's see where we're at. We got, all right, so next up we are looking at here, I just want to take a look at this one real quick. We want to see if this fits properly on mobile, and then we'll pop it up on the screen. Looks like it should be close. Oh, pretty close. All right, so the next channel we're going to look at is Rosalie Muir. Here we go. Rosalie, Goddess Isis High Priestess. All right. This channel is all about natural healing and how to bring out the power of the healer within each person. All right. Take a look at content here, see how we're doing it. Pretty consistent with yourself on screen. Looks like you're just doing screen prints for your thumbnails. Dolphin Vortex. Well, I mean, branding wise, you're definitely consistent in that regard. People can tell that it is you. that almost looks like the same exact image on these three here. And I'm seeing some... I wouldn't put a subscribe button on your thumbnail. Not really the place for it. Also, you have some images and things that are being cut off here. So I'm curious how you're actually putting these thumbnails together. Again, I'd keep the subscribe button off of your thumbnails. And if you're doing, I don't know what these little symbols are here, but I kind of see one here and here and right there. If that's intended to be part of your branding, you could probably drop that as well, because your face can be your branding. I mean, you're well represented on the channel, so I would probably lose that as well. And definitely get the subscribe buttons off of your thumbnails. And then try to be consistent in your thumbnail design. See where we're at. So we got that. How your playlist looking here. Thank you for liking the live stream. And we got a few. See how your main channel page is looking. Again, I would replace the uploads and popular uploads with your own versions of those playlists. And I would try to consider the titles of your playlists as actually searchable keyword phrases that people could find and search. So maybe go something a little bit more descriptive than just meditations. But otherwise, you got your playlists and your descriptions in there. You're doing the horizontal playlist, which is good. And yeah, okay, so yeah, I would use your image is fine on your thumbnails as the branding. So any of this other stuff that you're putting in for the purpose of branding, I would get rid of. I'm not sure what this says down here, but there's a little bit of an issue with stuff getting cut off. So you just want to make sure that you're using the proper dimensions when you create your thumbnails. And then, you know, get all that extra stuff off the thumbnails as much as possible. And go from there. All right, here. All right, so the next channel up is Beanie Battles. Beanie Battles. Escape reality through gaming. For those of you who don't know, Beanie also has a drawing channel. I'm guessing this is an actual gaming channel.
T-Rex versus Indominus Rex. Who would actually win without the help of Blue? First one gonna win. I think the Indominus Rex might actually win this.
Alright. So, I mean, the one thing that stands out to me on this channel, and I'm curious what the origin is of the little beanie guy here. It's a cute little dinosaur slash bee looking thing. It just seems a little bit different than what you got style wise on your channel art. And it looks like you're pulling down the channel art in the, you know, for your branding on the thumbnails themselves, which looks good. You're showing your videos. We're 4 videos in. Thumbnails look good. Went from kind of a shift on your color scheme there, but otherwise. Battles. Now I don't know if this is kind of a, this guy up here is kind of an indicator that you're going to be doing other non-dinosaur related gaming, or if that's a character in the game. I'm not really sure. Yeah, otherwise you got your color scheme here. Everything is going to fit on mobile, which looks good. You got your about section filled out here. Let's see. Go in the Australian accent angle. I love how this reads like a movie intro. Do you love listening to the Australian accent commenting on dinosaur gaming? From the creator that brought you Beanie Draws. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that stands out to me. Well, just the color shift there, but the little guy here, which I like, it just seems a little bit different than what you got going on up here. But not a huge deal. And then obviously, you know, Beanie already has another channel, so he knows all the stuff about laying out content and whatnot. So I like the thumbnails. They are, you know, they get you interested in the content, so you'll take a look and see exactly what's going on in there. It looks like some dinosaur fights. I'm curious how the how keyword search looks for videos like this, or what you got to do to get some good keyword phrases here. Indominus Rex killing spree, Jurassic World, pretty much just highlighting the game, you know, the different game aspects there. So all right. I think that's about it. Obviously, as you get more content, you know the drill. I'm curious here. Let's see. Yeah, I like the little icon guy. He just seems different than the style of the rest of the channel. You know, it would be cool if you made him yellow and you got rid of the B in Beanie in your logo up top and replaced it with the little dinosaur guy. All right. All right, here. The next channel up is Lunakai TV. All right, so the first thing that stands out here is need some contrast in your channel art. We've got blue and green and black. Gets kind of hard to read the let's get it rolling down here. I try to create some separation between the the background and the text. Try to find a little bit better contrasting colors to use in here. Same color scheme from here to here. Looks like the same drawing of whatever kind of critter that is. Let's see what the about section is here. Is this Pokemon content? Is that what we're looking at? Let's play games and have a lot of fun while doing it. I like RPGs, horrors, and more. Emulators. Alright, so we see what we're talking about there. What's the actual content? Pokemon, Digimon, Pokemon, Warframe livestream. Pokemon, ton of Pokemon content in there. Definitely seems to be heavy Pokemon. Looking at your thumbnail design. I'm seeing a lot more branding for the games themselves than anything that identifies your channel for these thumbnails. So again, you want to focus as much on your own branding when creating a thumbnail as you do in identifying the game that you're playing here. This is kind of a common thing I see with gaming channels where they take all the graphics and things from the games to use on their thumbnails, but they never or don't spend any time to actually promote their own brand, which is their YouTube channel, on the thumbnails. And as a result, people aren't going to be able to tell that these videos come from your channel. So playlists, we got playlists. Thanks for the like. Pokemon home. All right, so we have, again, I would prefer to get rid of the uploads and replace it with your own. You got your enjoy the series. I'd probably do a little bit more descriptive description than just to enjoy it. You know, explain the type of content, whatever the best you can, but you got your descriptions to stuff there. If you have enough playlists that actually have at least 5 videos in them, I would recommend using those first before these other ones that just have a couple videos in them. I would also try to focus on if these are important topics for you that you want to include them on your channel page, then I would try to get them filled out by creating more videos in those particular sections. Also, it seems like the framing of your channel art here seems a bit cut off. Obviously, you can see the whole image in your icon there, and it seems like a lot is cut off. So you may want to reframe that to get that a little bit better presented in the center of your channel art. All right, here. All right, so the next channel up on the list is Instant Rye Play. Now, this is a very sharp looking channel. We got the color scheme going here. Nice, clean artwork. Clearly identify the type of content that is being made on the channel. My personal preference at this stage wouldn't be to include all the social media just yet, and would try to focus the actual channel links on YouTube themselves. Let's take a look at your thumbnails and see what we got going on here. Now this is another thing that I see, which, let's see.
You can tell from the title of the video what we're doing today, but before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know that if you have just ran across our channel by happenstance, if you clicked on another video and this one was recommended, if someone in the Rye Play Pal family sent you here, if you got it on Twitter, if you got it on Instagram, or however you happen to be here with us today, and if you are not already a Rye Play Pal, meaning you have not clicked that red subscribe button, please do that now.
All right, so that makes me curious. I want to see something here.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm whispering because I'm in my hotel room. And I know someone is next door listening to me. Like, what is she doing over there? So I'm trying to be kind of quiet. So that's why I hope you guys can hear me okay. But I'm trying not to be my normal loud self because I'm in the hotel room.
All right, so there. Okay, so you got your branding, your bumper there. Let's take a look. See how Interact Plays channel where we feature kids' toys, including bag openings, channel DIY. All right. So, okay. This is, all right, toy hunt, okay. So Mike, let's see here.
And
so we
also,
did this whole intro thing.
Today I'm going to show you guys what I got. I picked up these little bracelets while I was there, just at a little market, and I like them. They look like little candies to me. The little bracelet.
So
Also, you get
I might. The thing that stood out in this particular video is I would probably, if you're doing, it seems like kids would be your kind of your target here with doing the toy reviews. I might try to kind of streamline that whole process of telling people to join the channel because it ran about close to 30 seconds. I think it was like 27 seconds. That might be an eternity for some kids, enough to send them off. So I definitely want to kind of start your video by hooking them with something, you know, show them. Let's see what you got going on here. You're talking about a toy hunt. You know, like if you did a clip and say, coming up, I'm going to show you whatever this is, and you give them a little taste of that right in the beginning, and then you go in and you do your, you know, your request for subscribing, etc. You've kind of hooked them in, and they're going to wait to come back and see what the deal is with the particular item that you're showing them, as opposed to just going right in,
title of the video,
you know, to what ends up being a 30-second request or call to action.
But this is so cute. The first one we got, this is the baby, and this is a little pet. Oh, and even cuter, it has a little peg in here in the bottom. I'm so excited in terms of what group they belong to, because I didn't try it. I might have to try it later, but we're gonna put this baby on the stand.
Other thing you might consider is just try to keep the items on screen a little more often. Just because I see that there's instances where you bring it up and you show it, but there's a lot of content where you're doing it off camera. And again, I have two kids, an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old, and they have attention spans that aren't that long. So like, that's great, you know, actually showing them the toys and stuff. As much as you can keep the actual items on screen, I think that is kind of a handy, helpful thing. Let's check out what else you got going on. You got all that consistent. You got your color schemes good. You're obviously a major part of your branding. You're in all your thumbnails, which is good. You got your live streams going on here with your stuff in there, so that looks good as well. Look at your most recent videos. Maybe something new. Generally speaking, you're keeping your text to a minimum. It's all easy to read, so that is cool as well. I find that kind of interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, so I mean, obviously you got your branding all down. I would just kind of be a little more, like I said, straight to the point. In when you first kick off a video, you really want to grab the attention right off the bat. Tease them with something that they're going to want to see more of, and then go into your call to action and your your bumper that shows your brand and your icon there and all that stuff, and then kick into the content. Well, looks like you are growing pretty well. Fellow TubeBuddy user, that's great. Ooh, that was a big old spike. But yeah, generally speaking, everything looks good, and your channel stands out. It has nice, clean channel art, and your thumbnails are nice and easy to read, and like I said, identify your channel. So, looking good, Bry Play. All right, let's see where we're at now. And reviewing, playing, and more RPM. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Tom Nash in the chat. How are you tonight? Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. Oh, we also had, I'm not sure, Gma Lolly. I'm not sure if I referenced that or not, but thank you so much for that super chat as well. I appreciate it. And all right, here. So I'm gonna skip that one. Let me check this one. Let's see here. Channel reactions with impressions. All right. All right, so here's the thing. Everybody that comes in and wants a free channel review will get put on a list. If you ask 400 times to get your channel reviewed when we're working from a list, that's probably a good way to not get your channel reviewed. Let's see here. Yeah, you were in the list, and you probably asked another 15 times after being in the list when you were going to get your channel reviewed, and that's just not productive to the process. And here's the deal. Looking at this channel, I know I looked at this channel last week and I don't see some of the changes that we talked about. There's nothing in your channel art that tells anybody what your channel is about, other than it may allude to gaming. We talked about your About section. We'll go in and look at that. Hello, I play games such as Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's. These are not icons that are related to Five Nights at Freddy's or Minecraft. So in that regard, you want to create channel art that actually talks about the channel and the type of content that you're making. You have this icon over here that has no correlation to your actual channel art, and you're not doing anything branding-wise on your thumbnails to identify that they belong on your channel. So that is all a great list of stuff that you should focus on and work on improving on your channel before requesting another channel review. All right, so Kevin, Boston 7. You're up. All right, so the first thing I notice on your channel art, subscribe for crazy story times and vlogs. That's appearing too wide, so this is not going to fit on mobile properly. So anytime you upload your channel art, you want to take a look at it on a mobile device and see how it fits and tweak it if it doesn't fit right. Also, not a lot of relationship between your icon here and what you got going on up here. Your particular thumbnails, you're kind of doing a little bit of everything down here. I see you are in some of your thumbnails, but they're distant pictures and kind of hard to identify you as an integral part of your branding. You're also using different font through all of your thumbnails, so you want to get consistency there. And you really want to, let's see, sort of channel where is focused on story times and vlogs are what this channel is focused on. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button if you enjoy the content. I think you really need to kind of get a little more descriptive in terms of what type of content you're actually making than just saying that you're telling stories and doing vlogs. Try to use the same kind of font each time. If you're in all your videos, try to do a close-up to get on some consistency there so people can identify your actual videos as coming from your channel. All right. And we want to look at who's next. All right, so we got a couple more channels that we're going to take a look at here. A pure gaming channel. Was there something particular on your channel that you wanted me to look at? Because I know we looked at you recently. I still see the same channel art. I'm not sure if your icon has changed. Let me just take a look and see what you got going on here. Not seeing any branding on your thumbnails. All right, well, here is a pure gaming channel. So there's some images up here that kind of allude to that it might be a gaming channel, but there's not really a description or something that defines what the actual content is here. And I don't know if this is, you know, people who go out and see much larger channels that do this, that don't really give any information in their channel art. And maybe as a channel grows, that's something that you can consider because people are already familiar with your content and what you're all about. But when you have a brand new channel, it's really important that you provide as much information as possible in the shortest amount of time possible. So when people are coming to your channel, you want them to be able to make a decision quickly as to why they want to subscribe to your channel. So when we come to this channel, we say, okay, maybe it's about gaming. So what do? We go into the About section. Hi, I don't know what my name is, but this is a gaming channel. I will try to give you the best quality game. So the first thing, you definitely don't want to tell people that you don't know what your name is. You want to identify the type of content that you're making and convince people that they want to subscribe to your channel. When we look at your thumbnails, there's nothing on these thumbnails that identify the channel that they're coming from. They just look like screenshots from games, which are going to look exactly like everybody else who's ever played these games because it's just content from within the game. Also, we don't really have any identifiable branding going on in the channel art or the icons because it looks like these are images from gameplay or artwork related to games. So you kind of want to build that all together if your goal is to grow your channel and such that people are looking for your content and able to find it and identify it as yours and not just another channel that does gaming. All right. And hey, just a reminder, this live stream is sponsored by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel. It's available to download for free as always, and there's a link in the description below. Also throw that in. Where's it at? Why do I always lose my TubeBuddy button? There it is. Throw that in the chat as well. If you haven't tried TubeBuddy, definitely go and check it out. You can download it for free. Check out some of the features. If you do want to upgrade and use a paid version of it, you can use the promo code DansBuddy and receive a discount off of one of the paid tiers. So, but even before you do that, TubeBuddy actually has some built-in discounts that are available to smaller channels. So that's definitely something that you can take advantage of as well because they do have some pretty good deals for small channels. Now, did I miss? Let me scroll up here real quick. Yeah, covered that. All right. Do this and a little bit of this. Okie dokie. And then we'll get back in chat. And see where we're at in here. Okay, so we are closing in on the midnight hour here in upstate New York. If you guys have not joined, I highly recommend you join the Facebook group that we have. We're closing in on 1,000 members, so definitely grab that link out of the description or in the chat and head over and visit us on Facebook. Also, after every live stream, we head over to the Creator Fundamentals Discord and hang out there for a little while. So if you haven't joined the Discord, you can definitely click the link in the chat as well and hop over to there and say hello. We call that the live stream after party. For those of you who don't know what Discord is, it's basically like a big chat room, but it allows me to get off camera and still connect for a little while and kind of unwind after a 3-hour live stream. So I'd like to see you guys stop over there and say hi. It's not an all-night thing. We usually just stop in for a few minutes and say hi. Working on growing that that area over there as well. I think we're at about closing in on 100 people in the Discord. So that is good as well. Scroll up real quick, make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Let's see here. So here, you know, so a Pure Gaming channel asks, don't you think you should take channels from chat instead of the list? What I do think is if you want to get your channel reviewed and you're serious about growing your channel, when you get a channel review, that you actually implement the stuff that is mentioned in the channel review before you ask for your next channel review. Because if you're asking for a channel review, you're doing it because you want to grow your channel and improve your channel and not just get somebody to say your name on a live stream. So when the same channels come in and look for channel reviews, but they never change anything on their channels, it just creates a bunch of clutter in the chat because they're not really interested in being an active member of the community. They're just constantly asking for channel reviews. So rather than suggest who and who shouldn't have channel reviews, I think channel reviews should be for channels that are actually trying to grow their channels, because I think that's kind of the whole point of the channel reviews that we're doing here, is to give you information that you can use to grow your channel, not just to keep getting channel reviews. I think the better question is, do you keep asking for channel reviews if you don't intend on changing anything on your channels, when there's other people out there who want to get their information or want to improve their channels but may not make it to the front of the list because other people are getting channel reviews that aren't implementing any of the feedback. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So we are going to wind up for now. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out on the live stream. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out again every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you have any questions or feedback, you can always do it on the Facebook group or the Discord. I'm going to actually head over to the Discord now. So if you haven't joined the Discord, follow the link in the chat. Come hang out with us for a little while, and we can talk a little bit more YouTube over there. But it is now just about midnight here on the East Coast in the U.S. So everybody take care, and I will see you guys next week.